Hey, loves. What's going on today? Hey, man, it's getting a little warmer and the snow has decided to take a break, so I'm most definitely glad about that. I got something specific to talk about, but I want to talk about this specifically and make this statement before I get started. You know, a lot of people will ask me, well, why do you choose to talk specifically as it relates to women or Black women specifically? Well, I'm a Black woman. Just had to check. And so because of that, I choose to talk about things that are specifically plaguing Black women and the problems that we need to heal from, because there's an oversaturation of people that are talking about what they feel that Black men need to do or what they feel like Black men did to them, which is fine. I do think that Black men need to be held accountable, but I also think that there is hardly anybody that is speaking to Black women for us to be held accountable to our shit. So today, I want to talk about being allowed to get away with things versus being held accountable. So the first thing that I want to address is being allowed to have an attitude, being allowed to throw a fit, being allowed to get away with saying nasty stuff to people or just saying mean things to people and using the excuse of, well, that's just because they can't handle me. That's just because they don't know how to deal with me. That's why. They're just too soft. That's the reason why they have a problem with me saying the things that I do. No, sweetie. That's because you're throwing a 4-year-old temper tantrum and you don't know how to deal with your emotions. That's because you are throwing a fit, having an attitude about stuff that you don't like, and you think that other people just should be able to deal with it, or you're going to accuse them of being the problem. This is one of the major problems that I see as far as the whole thing with the angry Black woman stigmatism. We create it for ourselves. The next thing is not being allowed to not apologize. The problem with this is that we feel like we can just say whatever we want to, do whatever we want to, and then just be like, well, they'll just get over it. No. If you are truly an adult, then you should be able to acknowledge if you did something wrong, and you should go ahead and apologize. The problem with not doing that is that you're teaching the children that it's okay for them to do something stupid. It's okay for them to do something wrong. It's okay for them to do something hurtful to somebody and not have to apologize. Baby, no. The third thing is that we think that we can get away with having problems in relationships, with basically picking bad relationships, with basically attracting bad relationships with our actions, and then blaming it on the other person. Not to say that the other person is not to blame, but sometimes you do have to take a level of accountability when you have a whole lot of bad relationships in a row, that it might be you. Maybe, possibly. Because if you have a whole lot of bad relationships in a row, that means that either you're a bad picker or there's something that is going on in every single relationship that you are just missing out on. Either way, it's still something to do with you. I'm saying all of these things because there's a lot of growing up and maturing that we got to do. Because otherwise, we'll be stuck in that same angry Black woman cycle and blaming everybody else for it. We've been doing it for a while, but once you decide that you don't want to do it anymore, once you decide that you don't want that to be you anymore, it doesn't have to be. You can decide that you want to be another type of woman. You can decide, nah, I'm good. I'm tired of it. And once you finally do that, your life can change. Basically, taking accountability for the things that you may not be doing right can change a whole lot of things in your life. Because then you can finally find out what it is that has been blocking you from getting everything that you want this whole time. And it'll change your life. All right, y'all, hit me up in the comments and tell me what y'all think about this one. But in the meantime, peace.